So hello guys, welcome back to the UK National Championships 2017. We're going to have a little talk about what we believe we're going to see this weekend in the form of our meta decks. So what do you think, Matt?
So we're in a really interesting place compared to where we were last year with the format. Last year we were looking at Monarchs, and then there was
all the different variants of Monarchs.
Yeah, you had the extra deck Monarchs. We saw Jared Stone winning with the Ultimaya tech.
Yeah.
In his deck, you had Cosmo, you had Dark Destroyer setting the format rules, saying you need to deal with this big untargetable monster. We may see some similarities of where I'm going with this. This year we're looking at more of a race car format, where essentially there's all these different kinds of engines, and you're trying to find the best way to put together this machine to drive you to victory. Cheesy tagline included for free. So you're looking at things like the Speed Rod engine, which we've seen a lot last year. That's still kicking about. We're looking at Zodiacs because of the pure card economy that you get from these. Yeah. Then you've also got the True Kings engine, which just gives you this ridiculous boss monster, almost in any deck that you can afford to fit the space.
Very few cards that you need to actually put in to kind of add that bolt onto your deck.
And Masterpiece brings so much to a lot of decks. It gives you quick effect removal, it gives you immunities to a lot of card types. It just creates so many problems, and it's huge on both attack and defense.
Yeah, that's the thing. Usually at least one of the stats is a little lower. The Masterpiece has got that big, strong 2950.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm going to say it's a pretty good card. If you want to include it in your deck, Maximum Crisis. So what we're actually looking at this format is just the different kinds of engines. I mean, there's also outsider decks like the Dinosaur deck, which is kind of like the budget solution to a lot of players looking into the format.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of different posts online about how you can just buy like 3 of those structure decks and you're really in business.
Yeah, and you're then banking on your True King of Calamities to help you lock your opponent out, while you're going with Lagia, which, you know, one of the original Dragons of Permission, as we faced many years ago back in Wind-Ups and Zecto Dino Rabbit. So it'll be interesting to see how this all comes together. There's some people that are banking on what they call Pure Zoo, which is really interesting because it's plays roughly the same number of zoo monsters as most of the other variants, but you fill your deck with hand traps to say
lots of disruption.
Yeah, what you're banking on is that your card economy is enough, and then you just simply want to play enough to stop your opponent from actually getting into the game. If you're playing True Draco, there's the you can take the Zodiac for the card economy, or you can go more down the direction of Card of Demise, and Card of Demise can just be absolutely back-breaking when you get to just bring up your Masterpiece in your opponent's turn thanks to your trap card tribute effect, and then whilst you're doing all this and your opponent thinks they're whittling you down, dealing with your repeated Masterpieces, just flip up Card of Demise. Here's my cards. Oh, I get an extra normal summon. Oh, I can now use my regular normal summon. As you get that into your hand again, so you never actually pay for Card of Demise. But there's a couple of problems with that. You've got Joyous Ash Spring, one of the popular hand traps of the format, which is going to be pretty defining. It's pushed That Grass Looks Greener out of the format. Running the math, a lot of players saying the 40 card deck, I'm going to be my opponent's going to be holding the Joyous Ash Spring way more than I'm going to be holding That Grass Is Greener. I'm not going to bank on this.
Yeah, exactly.
So the format has shifted a lot, even just in the last few weeks.
Yeah, so obviously last week we saw the German National Championships, and that was a complete surprise. So Winwich Invoked won the German National Championships.
That was super interesting. I haven't actually seen his deck list yet, but I heard about it, and we played a couple of matches.
I was playing his deck list.
I'm interested. If it starts with that turn 1 Crystal Wing,
it's really strong.
So strong. I mean, it's so hard for the True Draco deck to get over it without some kind of negating your Crystal Wing in the damage step shenanigans. It's actually like almost putting it out. Your opponent's just looking at a death sentence right in front of them. It's
very strong. But it's not just that. There's all sorts of other just random decks that we see people bring to the national championships.
Yeah, we've got to remember there's also, in addition to what you're seeing on the absolute top end, is you've got a lot of people trying to dig tunnels under the format and find the holes in what they can abuse in it. So we may see a whole bunch of things that we're kind of not expecting, or a little bit more on the outsiders.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I've got to apologise to you guys. I don't believe that's going to be Gladiator Beasts. I know there's some hardcore fans, but I don't think this is their day.
We can only hope.
But I'm ready to be wrong.
Yeah, I think Guys Aris can make a comeback one day.
At some point, yes. So I think that's kind of everything to discuss for this format, really.
All right, well, thank you very much for that, Matt.
No problem.
And we're going to be right back with even more live coverage from the UK National Championships 2017. Hello, and welcome back to the UK National Championships